Hello, hello, hello. John Mason, how is everybody? Hope you're all well. I took part in the Philadelphia Hands Off rally at Philadelphia City Hall. Uh, Hundreds of rallies have taken place on Saturday on the theme of hands off, as in hands off Social Security, hands off Medicare, hands off Medicaid, hands off veterans benefits, hands off education, hands off the courts, hands off immigrants, hands off LGBTQ people, hands off education. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful in Philadelphia. It was beautiful in each and every municipality it took place in. And I, along with everyone else, wonder, is the Trump regime paying attention? Do they know that millions of people were on the streets? Court, the pro-Trump propaganda machine, Fox News and Newsmax and Real America's Voice, they went into old denial mode. Like they're denying that these were real demonstrators, that they were paid by George Soros and other billionaire Democrats, hinting that they are they don't represent the American people, but they certainly do. They certainly did. Perhaps they're going to. Maybe the rallies won't affect people at the very top. However, the the Republicans closer to the grassroots, like state legislators, sometimes I think maybe they they're getting the message. I wouldn't count on it. It's that it's been their tendency to deny reality because Donald Trump tells them to. I don't believe they're getting the message. But we're getting the message. Our banding together, showing our numbers, which is our strength. All those people coming together, all of us, making our stand, making our voices heard. Maybe they didn't pay attention, but we did. We should be proud of ourselves just by the very act of banding together. There's always a confidence booster to know that you're not alone. There's others in the same boat with you. So that's where we're at. Now next thing is to channel that energy into something practical. Like whoever's of voting age in those communities, including Philadelphia, I urge you to make sure you're registered to vote and then vote. What's galled me is that the statistics that show that half the American voting public didn't vote. Either they're ticked off by something they didn't like in the Biden administration, and they show how superior they are by not voting at all. That's precisely how Trump won. And I must confess that back when I was young and foolish, I did the same thing in 1980. I was ticked off at Jimmy Carter, who is running against Ronald Reagan. And I voted for the independent John Anderson. Shame on me. I carry a burden of shame. I've never made that mistake again. Sometimes I think the best thing to do is, yes, our guy isn't perfect, but the other guy is terrible. So elect our guy and work on him later on. Such is our politics. And grassroots activism is what keeps politicians straight. We have to keep reminding them who we are and where we stand, and that we're registered to vote. Okay, we'll talk out now. For now. And now, advertisements. All this work I do with this YouTube channel and my blog and my podcast and my poetry and my fiction, it's all work. And so I need to be compensated for my work. To pay for the freighter costs of putting all my work on these platforms, and hopefully with enough money to raise it to a higher level. Therefore, please click that button you see below, johnomason.com, and click either the PayPal button or the Buy Me a Coffee button. I would greatly appreciate it. And also, my novel Soldier of the Cross is available on Amazon.com. It's the story of David Lucas, who, as a young man in the early 60s, is a drunk and a whore chaser and a school bully. He gets in trouble in the army. He comes out of the army a fanatical, born-again Christian. Just wants to be a manly man for Jesus. But how he goes about it leads him into disaster. Please look it up. Soldier of the Cross on Amazon.com. And also, Hemperific is a lovely little CBD product store located on Snyder Avenue near 15th Street in South Philadelphia. There you'll find some of the finest cannabis-infused products. Flower and gummies and teas and drinks and lip balm and hand sanitizer and dog treats. Yep, dog treats. Look them up, please. HemperificLLC.com. And also my beloved career and business coach, Michelle Snow. Michelle is excellent in helping you develop your professional career or small business. That you know what you're doing right, where you need work, help you network with other up-and-coming entrepreneurs and professionals. Please look her up, growwithsnow.com. All righty then. That's our job. We got work cut out for us. And knowing American history as I do, we got the stuff to do it. We can beat Trump. We can beat Elon Musk and everything they represent and all their minions. We got this, Americans. You take care. Have a good week. Bye.